Today, we have a liberal librarian going up against Officer Tatum. Now, when I tell you that they clash, they clash. They clash. They super clash. Now, there are some very sensitive topics in this video. So like I usually say, if you're a soft donut eating, cupcake munching, soft mommy, please tuck me in. I need a bedtime. This video ain't for you. There's the door. All right. Without further ado, we getting right into it. Let's rock.
Okay. But his question is that under President Biden, I'm a public librarian. I'm a children's librarian, and my debt was all forgiven under President Biden.
Okay.
For my undergraduate, where I went to the Howard University, and also my graduate, my master's, which I went here to the University of Washington. So I just want to say that the public debt relief, it is real. You're looking at someone who has received it, as well as over 1 million people who have. But I know that it has made an incredible difference in my life. I guess but that's just to say, shout out to that. My question though, for you, is what is your stance around abortion?
That's a good one.
Yeah, it is, because let me just preface this by saying I'm 51 years old, okay? I have 2 beautiful children. I have a 14-year-old and a 6-year-old that I had at 44. Good. My husband and I, after we had our son, we tried for a long time to have a second baby. Mm-hmm. And when I was finally able to have another, like to get pregnant again, that child was diagnosed with holoprosencephaly, a lobar holoprosencephaly, meaning that where the fetal brain is supposed to look like a butterfly, her brain looked like a horseshoe. Okay? So I had an abortion at 17 weeks. And I know that the doctors told me if I was able to carry her to term, she would probably be stillborn or only live for a few minutes or a few days at that. I made the choice to terminate that pregnancy. And it infuriates me that there are women and girls all around this nation who are in the same position that I found myself in, or these are women or girls who have been raped, who have been molested by family members, and they are being forced because of their zip code to carry these pregnancies to term. So I want to know, how does this keep America great? Okay. If you're forcing girls and women to have pregnancies that they either do not want, cannot afford, or in my case, you are having children that are born with all kinds of abnormalities.
Okay, great question. Let me start with the first one. I do not think that loan forgiveness is fair to everybody. Because what about the people like myself, which my graduate degree I paid off? Mm-hmm. Where's my money at? A lot of these other people that worked while they were in college to pay a debt that they agreed to assume, and they don't get any benefit from it.
I'm a public librrian, sir.
I'm just saying.
I work for the people. Me and Kamala have only had one. We've only had one client that we've ever worked for, and that's the people.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that for all the people that have worked hard, just like you did, mm-hmm. but paid their loan off, mm-hmm. what do they get in return?
I was paying my loans?
No, I'm saying that they paid it off. They paid it off. What do they get in return? They got screwed.
Cool.
No,
I want to hear what you have to say about abortion, though.
I'm going to get to that point. You asked me 2 questions.
Yeah.
I'm going to get to that point.
No, I didn't ask that first one.
Well, you made a statement.
I made a statement. Okay, my second one was...
Okay, so this is a red flag, number 1. She's not letting Officer Tatum rock, okay? You just asked a question. Yes, he didn't address it directly. Let the brother build. He's going to answer it, but let him rock, right? Officer Tatum, if you watch him, you realize like he's a very smart man. Like the way he addresses it all makes sense. It's kind of similar to Trump, right? Trump sometimes doesn't address something like head on, but he makes it make sense. Now, it just depends on what you prefer. But by the way, that doesn't give you a reason to be disrespectful. Let Officer Tatum talk. Back to the video.
But your statement, and then I'm going to get to the board. I got plenty of time. Okay?
All right.
So the first portion is that I don't think it's right that they just completely are going to forgive, and they say they're going to forgive. That's going to go on the taxpayer dollar. They didn't really forgive you. They're going to assume that debt that the taxpayer had to pay for.
I'm a public librarian. Of that is free. I'm a librarian.
I hear what you're saying, but at the end of the day, It's not fair to do that. They're
I'm a
only
librarian.
buying votes by saying they're going
I'm
to
a
forgive your
librarian.
student loan.
I'm a librarian.
Ma'am, that's not an argument.
No,
If
it's
they're
the fact.
only-
I'm a librarian.
Well, they're good for you.
Yeah, great.
Thank you for your
not
service.
just good
okay,
for me.
can we continue the conversation?
It's great. It's great for community.
Now, listen. They only did that to buy votes. That's all they did.
I'm a librarian.
They want to make sure that young people are enthusiastic about voting for them, so they go,
I'm a
we're going to forgive
librarian.
you of this, we're going to forgive you of that. It's not good for the national debt. It's not good for the country.
The national
and
debt.
It's not fair. It's
that
not,
Trump
can I
ran
speak?
up.
Can I speak?
Okay, I'm a librarian though, but go ahead.
What is, I'm like, are you trolling
she's
me?
trolling. She can't be for real. Nah, there's no way.
You like
I'm a
really
librarian.
think that I'm a librarian is argument?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Okay.
interesting. Let me move to the abortion
Yeah.
thing. Abortion is essentially murder. Do you agree with that?
No, I do not.
Or killing of the unborn? Do you
No,
agree
I
with
do
that?
not. I don't.
Well, what is it called? What are you doing to the baby inside of you?
It's not a baby. It's a fetus.
A fetus is a human. A fetus is a baby.
A fetus is a human.
It is a small child.
It's a fetus. It's a
You
fetus
can
is
say
not
whatever
a, it's
you
not
want
a,
to say. You have 2 children already, right?
do.
You didn't think it was just a fetus when you wanted the children, correct? They weren't just a fetus. There was a gender reveal. There was an excitement.
There was
a
a
pregnancy
point.
test.
There was a
Now,
point in
can
the
I
pregnancy
finish?
when they were fetuses.
Right. There's a pregnancy test that you were excited about. I'm assuming that you and your husband had both children. If not, whoever you had the children with, you were excited. From the time that conception happened to the time that those babies were birthed, you were excited and you believed that they meant something from start to finish. Am I right? Am I wrong? I have 2 children. They've meant something to me ever since I found out that my wife was pregnant. They meant something to me and they have value.
Okay,
Now, I do
so-
understand the argument that if your child is deformed, that's a separate argument. However, I believe that you should have the baby and take it to term because not every single
is
situation.
your belief.
That's fine.
And
you have a belief too.
And I do.
We disagree
But
on
what
that.
I'm saying, yeah, we can disagree on that. But what I'm saying is your beliefs then should not mandate what other people do with their bodies.
You know,
there is no law
it's
in
called
America.
voting.
There is no
It's
law
called
in
voting.
America
I'm gonna
that
vote.
mandates what men do with
Yeah, it
their
is.
bodies.
Yes, it
what,
is.
What law is that, sir?
The draft.
The draft.
Yes.
Elective
Okay.
service.
Therefore, the government can control whether or not, well, I'm too old to go to the draft, but some of these young people that are on college campus, the government can tell you, we're going to war and you're going to fight and you're going to die for this country.
Okay.
They have no choice. That they control the male body
Yeah.
through the government.
But there is no law where the government gets to determine whether or not
let's-
the contents of your
Let's-
uterus.
Let's put it in this perspective. Is it fair to your husband, just say the baby was healthy? The perspective of the baby was healthy. Because medical doctors make mistakes all the time. They can say that the baby is going to come out abnormal or something like that, and the baby can be born normal. It's
Yeah.
fine. They make mistakes. So you took a chance on them
No,
being right.
sir. There was no chance.
Okay, you took a chance
There
on
was
them
no chance.
being
There
right.
was amniocentesis. There was all kinds of. There wasn't a chance.
You took a chance
There
on
wasn't
them
a
being
chance,
wrong.
sir. There wasn't a chance.
Okay,
There were all kinds of scans. There was there
It's
wasn't
still-
a
it's
chance.
still a chance.
It wasn't a chance. It was
Okay.
not a chance.
Let's move on. So you and your husband, just say the baby was reported to
The
be
fetus.
healthy.
Mm-hmm.
The baby.
The fetus.
Fetus.
Okay.
All of us were fetuses.
At one point,
Okay.
yes, that's a scientific
So-
fact, including that dog was a fetus at one point. Yes,
Okay.
it was a canine fetus. Yes.
Okay.
So what's the point?
What I'm saying is that it's still like the value doesn't change because the baby is born or not. The baby
That's-
still has the exact same value in the womb
That is-
as the baby does when it's born.
But this is what I'm
That
saying,
is a fact.
though.
Now let's put it in perspective. Your husband and you both are going to have a healthy baby. Is it fair to your husband that just say that you don't want the baby, that you can go and end the baby's life and your husband has no say?
It is my
is
body.
That fair?
It is
but
my
that is
body.
his baby too.
But it's in my body.
Yeah, but it's still his baby.
It's in.
You could tell that she has been burdened with this. You could just, her energy is giving off like she's just upset at the world. Is it just me, or do you guys like notice that? Like her, like just clock her energy. She's giving just upset energy and just uncalm energy, not just upset, but uncalm energy. And it's not because she's just talking over Officer Tatum. I could just see it. Hopefully she gets the help she needs. We're not here to bash. We're not here to bash anybody. We're here to be respectful. And, hopefully she can get the help she needs, right? So, but yeah, it's sad to see. Back to the video.
His DNA is in your body. That baby has his DNA in your body.
Period.
Is that not fair?
You know what? I was just at the African American History Museum
Oh,
in
boy.
DC. No, and I'm gonna get to my point here. And I'm reading about the enslaved in the Low Country. That's where my people are from, the Geechee Gullah part of South Carolina.
Okay.
And I'm reading about like what their lives were like. These are people that had no autonomy and no agency over their body, whether they were raped, whether their children were sold from them. What I'm telling you is, it is my body. It is not my husband's body. It is not.
The baby
it is not
in
the
you
rapist's
is not your body.
No, it is my body. It cannot live outside of my body. It is a part of my body.
That
the
argument,
fetus. I'm talking about the fetus.
That argument doesn't work because when the baby is born, it still can't live without you.
Body.
Can the baby, when it's born, live without you?
The baby, yes.
No, it cannot.
Yes, it can.
How's
Other
the
people
baby
can
gonna
take care
live?
of the baby. They can give the baby formula. They can do all of that.
Yeah, but it has to. It can't just live on its own.
Well, yeah, some adult, not necessarily me, but some adult has to care for it. See, that is a porous, ridiculous argument.
Not true.
What I'm saying
the
is,
baby still
up
needs
until the
you.
point of viability,
When is viable? When is the baby viable?
You know what? I've made my point here.
No. When is the baby viable?
No,
when
sir.
No, you haven't.
I've made my point.
If your point is viability, then you're going to have to change your point almost every year.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Because 50 years ago, a baby could not be born as early as they can be today with modern technology.
Okay.
So was it not viable then, and it's also viable now, and is now viable?
But okay,
the argument, it's a moot point. The bottom line with abortion is that it's selfish.
It's a moot point.
Abortion is selfish.
So you think it was selfish?
It is selfish.
What do I owe my child that is alive then if I give birth to if I give birth to a child that does not have the frontal part of her brain?
So if the baby is diagnosed or to have Down syndrome, should you be able to abort the baby?
No, I'm not talking about Down syndrome.
No, let's say Down syndrome.
No, because
abortion
that's easy.
I'm
talking about a low bar holoprosencephaly. Say it with me.
Let's argue.
Low bar holoprosencephaly.
Are you trying to make a rap now? Okay.
I can.
Let's argue this point.
No, I'm talking about a child that is not born with the HQ.
Let's agree to this.
With the frontal lobe.
Then let's agree to this.
Yes.
Let's agree to this.
Let's agree to this.
I'm
talking about catastrophic.
Can we agree on this?
I'm not talking about Down syndrome.
Let's do that. Let's agree.
You see, she's not even letting him get a word in at all. That's how you could tell. This is still bothering her to this day deeply. And she's taking it out and she doesn't even realize it. I guarantee you she wasn't like this, obviously, before it happened. But she's not even realizing that she's trying to take it out on Tatum. And Tatum is like, no, let's just talk. Like, let me just reason with you. But she doesn't want to be reasoned with. Back to the video.
Okay, so go ahead. Talk about a low bar holoprosencephaly.
Let's agree.
Go ahead.
Let's agree real quick. Let's say that every child that is born with that disability, which
low bar holoprosencephaly,
which I haven't researched it, but let's assume that they may be stillborn when they're born.
Okay.
Let's just stick to that one. Every woman who has that condition can have an abortion, and no other women can have abortions. Would you agree to that?
No, I would not.
So then, what are the other women doing?
I believe that
so you
any
get the
woman,
bump and grind and pump and sweat with no consequences. Is that what you're saying?
But every woman who pumps and grinds, there are women where it was forced upon them.
Okay,
it was girls where it was forced
let's
upon
say
them.
that those women, we agree that they're exempt.
No.
But everybody else no abortion.
No.
Why?
Any woman, any girl,
for any reason, can kill their baby.
That they want to have an abortion
for
should
any
be
reason.
allowed to do
That's
that.
Insane.
That reason is her business.
No, it's not.
It is her business. It is not your business. It is not my business.
Let me tell you how
it is her business.
Let's do some
period.
Let's
now
do
you know what I got to do?
Let's do
I got to
some
go.
math.
No, because I'm a librarian. I got to go and do a librarian thing right now. So peace. Peace.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Okay, now that she's gone, let me be able to speak. So I think that abortion is selfish. Most women who are having abortions now are not due to rape and incest and none of that. That's less than 1% of all abortions. Most of them, as we all know, y'all grown, people having sex and they get pregnant and it's unwanted and they decide to have an abortion, whether they have it plan B and all this other, they have an abortion in the first trimester or whatever the case may be. That's what most abortions are. Can we agree that if you're not ready to take care of a child, you probably shouldn't be laying up with Tony, right? Can we be fair? You made a decision. Let me say this. I tell people this and they want to throw me off a cliff. I say I'm pro-life and pro-choice at the same time. Why do you say that, Brandon? Every woman does have a choice. Whether it was in the bedroom or in the den or in the back of the car, you had a choice. The choice is in the bedroom, not at the clinic. Can we be fair? I think men should be held to that account too. Brother, if you're not ready to have a baby, you can't be putting you where it don't supposed to be. If you're
Amen. Amen to that. Amen to that. If you're not mentally ready, if you're not financially stable, if you are not, and this is not if you think you're ready. A lot of people, there's also people that think they're ready, but not actually ready. You should not be doing that. I 1000% agree with Officer Tatum here. Maybe you disagree with me. Let me know in the comment section.
not ready to work on a job, why are you filling out the application and going to the job interview? If you don't want to get an injury, why are you playing football? Like,
Right.
You can't expect that you are going to do these things that create life and expect for a life not to come. It creates.
Guys, speaking of life, our lives are extremely, extremely valuable, right? You watching this video, everybody. But it has come to my attention that in this country, in the United States specifically, there is over 1 million break-ins that happen in people's home every year. And that's an older statistic. Since this past administration, that number has definitely went up. So what I did was I partnered up with Door Armor, okay? And basically what it is it's a tool that you install on your door that if somebody tries to kick down your door, it will stop them from doing so and protect you and your family. All right, guys, we left the link to it in the description below. I want you guys to go check it out. I want you guys to go cop ASAP. All right. And yeah, protect your family. It's so important more than ever, especially today. All right, guys, back to the video.
A situation where young men don't have to be held accountable and women are being used. Because all a young man have to do, because you can have an abortion. I'm going to sleep with you. But then when it's time to have the baby, I don't want nothing to do with you. You're on your own, Jack. That gives men the possibility to do that, because then therefore a woman can just have an abortion. I don't think that that's fair. I don't think that's moral in our society. It is not okay to say, because I don't want you, I can kill you. And people that believe in abortions, they cannot navigate. At what point is it not right? They have to say to birth. They have to. And if an abortion is botched and the baby is born alive, do you let it die? Those are things that I think we should be having a real conversation about. And I don't know why any woman defends abortion. I just don't understand. And if you got a defense, come to the mic and give me your defense, and maybe I could change my mind about it.
All right. No, so guys, we're gonna end it there. So personally, I do think that librarian, like she said 20 million times, was there was still trauma there. I mean, you could definitely see it on her face. You could just get the energy that she was still dealing with that stuff, right? And I honestly genuinely hope that she gets the help she needs, because that's what it looked like to me. That didn't look like, and I'm not saying obviously that's her opinion, and I'm not saying that she was faking it or anything like that. Although there were times where I was like when she said I'm a librarian like 20 million times, I'm like, bro, duh, you said that like so many times already. Like, what are you doing? But yeah, so that's my personal opinion. I do think, obviously, I'm on Officer Tatum's side with this stuff. I'm going to give him the W in this video. All right, guys. So, all right, guys, that's my personal opinion. Let me know. I know this is a sensitive topic, so let me know what you think in the comment section. I get active in those comments. Till next time, peace.